Zambia.
One nation.
One nation, one people. Thank you so much. The guest of honor, Ambassador Karim Shirim, Assistant Minister for African Affairs, the Dean of African Ambassadors, Your Excellency Ambassador Dr. Labran, Your Excellencies Ambassadors present here tonight, distinguished members of the diplomatic corps, esteemed representatives of the government of the Arab Republic of Egypt, Minister Chancellor, distinguished invited guests, President of Association of Zambians living in Egypt, Mr. Hilary Mwenda, and your executive, fellow Zambians, ladies and gentlemen, may I also recognize my dear wife, Sally Rubaya, and good evening and welcome to this event tonight. It is with great honor and immense pride that I welcome you all to this celebration marking 61st anniversary of the independence of the Republic of Zambia. On behalf of the government of Zambia and the people of Zambia, and indeed on my own behalf, I wish to express our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for joining us this evening to commemorate this significant day in our national history. On 24th October 1964, Zambia, under the visionary leadership of our founding father, now the late Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda, and the gallant men and women of our liberation struggle, achieved independence and joined the family of free nations. From that moment, our people embarked on a journey anchored in unity and the pursuit of development. This year's theme, 61 years of peace, building a resilient and prosperous Zambia, invites us to reflect on our enduring legacy as one of Africa's most peaceful nations. For over 6 decades, Zambia has upheld peace and stability, providing a solid foundation for social and economic progress. Our unit, captured in the timeless motto of "One is Zambia, One Nation," remains the cornerstone of our identity and our strength as a people. Our 7th Republican President, His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, popularly known as HH, states, and I quote, "Instability anywhere is instability everywhere." In this regard, it would be remiss not to mention and commend Egypt's role in fostering peace and stability within the Middle East and Northern African region. We have just witnessed what has taken place on the signing of a peace agreement in Sharm el-Sheikh recently. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate our independence, we acknowledge our valued partners and friends who have walked alongside Zambia in her development journey. Among these, the Arab Republic of Egypt stands out as a steadfast and trusted partner. Relations between Zambia and Egypt date back way back to pre-independence era, when both nations shared a commitment to Africa's liberation and the ideals of Pan-African solidarity. Over the decades, our bilateral relations have grown steadily, encompassing cooperation in trade, agriculture, education, health, and capacity building, just to mention but a few. This partnership reached a new milestone during the state visit by Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia, to the Arab Republic of Egypt in February 2025. This historic visit further cemented the strong bonds of friendship and cooperation between our two countries. During that visit, President Hichilema and His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held fruitful discussions and reaffirmed their shared commitment to advancing economic cooperation, trade and investment between Zambia and Egypt. Several agreements and memoranda of understanding were signed to enhance collaboration in various sectors. The visit also opened new opportunities for Egyptian investment in Zambia's key sectors and underscored our shared vision for a prosperous, interconnected Africa. We are confident that the outcomes of this visit will continue to bear fruits in the years ahead, bringing tangible benefits to both our peoples. In fact, following the signing of the agreements, a lot of follow-up missions have already been undertaken to Zambia to ensure implementation of the agreements that were reached. Distinguished guests, as Zambia continues to pursue its developmental aspirations under Vision 2030 to become a prosperous middle-income country, the government remains committed to economic transformation through industrialization, value addition, and the promotion of renewable energy and green growth. Zambia equally determined to ensure that peace, good governance, and the rule of law continue to serve as the pillars of its national development. Our journey has not been without challenges like any other country in the world, namely the effects of climate change, which impacted the economy therein. However, the collective response perfectly demonstrates Zambia's resilience as a nation. With partners such as Egypt and the broader international community, we look forward to building stronger economic and diplomatic bridges for the mutual benefit of our nations. To you, my fellow Zambians who are here tonight, let me encourage you to remain patriotic to your mother Zambia, your mother country Zambia, and to observe and adhere to the rules and regulations of the host country, Egypt. Your continued efforts and contributions here and at home are acknowledged and greatly appreciated. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate 61 years of independence, let us honor the vision of those who came before us by continuing to promote peace, unity, and prosperity. Let us also reaffirm our collective commitment to a stable and prosperous Africa that offers opportunity and dignity for all its people. This is what is required of us today. With the coming in of intra-Africa trade agreement, we are supposed to work together. We are supposed to ensure that our resources are developed for the benefit of the continent. That is said, ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to invite all of you to fill up your glasses as I will proceed. However, I'll reserve the proposal of the toast to the next stage. In the meantime, allow me to invite our guest of honor to give his remarks as we celebrate this momentous occasion. Your Excellency.
Ambassador of the Republic of Zambia, His Excellency the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all titles reserved. مساء الخير. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is both a pleasure and honor to join you this evening in celebrating the National Day of the Republic of Zambia. and to convey the salutations and felicitations of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to his brother, the President of Zambia, but also the salutations and felicitations of His Excellency Dr. Badr Abdulati, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and to convey from the land of the Pharaohs, Cairo, to Victoria Falls in Lusaka, the warmest congratulations of the Arab Republic of Egypt to His Excellency the President and to the government and people of Zambia. On this cherished national occasion, 61st, that embodies the Zambian people's unwavering will and determination to achieve independence and build a modern state founded on peace, unity, and development. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Your Excellency and to the team of the Embassy for the kind invitation to this reception, to the warm hospitality which truly reflects the genuine African brotherhood that has long characterized the bonds between our two nations and people. Actually, my first travel in my capacity as Assistant Minister of Foreign Affairs was to Victoria Falls from the Zimbabwean side, and I had a chance to go to the other side and see Victoria Falls from the Zambian side. And actually, I'm very happy that my first mission here in Cairo will be to attend this auspicious occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, the relations between Egypt and Zambia are deeply rooted in history and reflect the profound political and human ties that have united our people since the era of the late Presidents Gamal Abdel Nasser and Kenneth Kaunda, two visionary leaders who laid the foundations of this relationship even before Zambia's independence, when Egypt stood firmly in support of the Zambian struggle for freedom and self-determination. Egypt was in fact the first country to recognize Zambia's independence and the first to establish diplomatic mission in Lusaka in 1964. The Zambian people in turn expressed their lasting appreciation for this sincere friendship by naming three of Lusaka's main streets after Egypt: Cairo Road, Suez Road, and Nasser Street, a symbolic tribute to the enduring bonds of solidarity and mutual respect between our two nations. Since then, the bilateral relations have stood as a model of cooperation among African nations, grounded in mutual respect and shared aspirations and renewed with each generation. In the recent years, as Your Excellency mentioned, these ties have witnessed remarkable momentum, marked by several high-level exchanges, including President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's visit to Lusaka in June 2023 to hand over the Egyptian chairmanship of the COMESA to the President Hichilema. President Hichilema's previous visits to Egypt, first to participate in COP27 in 2022, but also last February visiting Cairo. Ladies and gentlemen, Egypt firmly believes that strengthening economic cooperation is a cornerstone of closer African integration. Accordingly, Egypt has placed special emphasis on promoting economic diplomacy with African partners, including, of course, Zambia. Trade between our two countries reached approximately $15.6 million in the first half of 2024, while Zambia's exports of raw copper to Egypt totaled about $165 million in 2023. We are looking forward to doubling these figures by expanding the access of high-quality and competitively priced Egyptian products to the Zambian market, while taking advantage of the trade preferences offered under COMESA. Ladies and gentlemen, our cooperation extends across multiple sectors: agriculture, infrastructure, transport, air transport, health sector, energy, renewable energy, and Egypt is also equally committed to human capacity development across through the Egyptian Agency for Partnership and Development that has expanded training programs for almost 500 Zambian participants who benefited from these programs. Ladies and gentlemen, the close cooperation between Egypt and Zambia also extends to the regional and international arenas. As you mentioned, Your Excellency, our two countries share a common vision on advancing African solidarity, promoting peace, and achieving sustainable development. And in this context, Egypt reaffirms its support for the African common position on the United Nations Security Report and commends the Zambian role in the Committee of 10 in promoting the Oslo consensus. Ladies and gentlemen, Egypt and Zambia share a united vision for the future of our beloved continent, one rooted in partnership, solidarity, and shared progress. We in Egypt, leadership, government, and people, remain determined to strengthen our strategic partnership with Zambia and to work hand in hand towards a brighter and more prosperous future for our two countries. In conclusion, I once again extend my heartfelt congratulations to the government and the people of the Republic of Zambia on this glorious national occasion and wish you, your great nation, Your Excellency, continued progress and prosperity and our two countries ever closer cooperation.